The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, a metallic drone that pressed against Evelyn's ears as she stepped into the conference room. Her heels clicked on the linoleum, each tap echoing like a heartbeat she wasn't sure belonged to her. The floor stretched out, pale and unmarked, like a page waiting for a story she couldn't remember writing. Across the table sat a man, his face half hidden behind glasses that caught the flickering light. He looked familiar the way a half-remembered dream feels familiar, close enough to touch, impossible to name. "Please," he said, voice smooth as polished stone, "take a seat." Evelyn lowered herself into the chair. The table's edge was cold under her fingertips, solid in a way nothing else felt. "Before we begin your exit interview," the man continued, "let's review your contributions." The words landed wrongs, like coins dropped on the wrong side of a slot. Exit interview? She hunted through the fog of her mind for projects, deadlines, faces, anything. Nothing came but shadows slipping just out of reach. Screens blinked awake around them. There she was, moving through corridors, nodding in meetings, gesturing with a confidence that felt borrowed. The woman on the screens wore her clothes, her hair, her smile. But the eyes, those eyes weren't hers. Or were they? The room shrank, walls leaning in like eavesdroppers. Evelyn's pulse thudded in her throat. "What exit?" she whispered. "Exit from what?" The man leaned forward. "Tell me, Evelyn." "Once you leave, what will you do?" Her breath snagged. "Leave what?" The question circled, a shark in shallow water. Outside the translucent walls, shapes flickered past, ghosts of a life she couldn't claim. Time folded in on itself, minutes stretching into years she hadn't lived. "You've achieved so much," the man said, gesturing to the screens. "The Anderson project, the fintech merger. Your leadership carried both." She shook her head, slow, deliberate. "I don't know those names. I don't know those people." His expression didn't shift, but something behind the glasses weighed heavy. "Memory plays tricks," he said, almost gentle. "The mind edits. Protects from what?" She stared at the footage. There she was again, laughing at a joke she didn't remember hearing. The laughter looked real. The hollowness inside her chest felt realer. "Do you recall your first day?" he asked. She reached back. A door swinging open, a blank nameplate, the smell of fresh toner and coffee, fragments, nothing more. "No," she said, the words small in the sterile air. The admission settled between them like dust. The man waited, patient as a surgeon. Evelyn's reflection stared up from the table's glassy surface. Eyes wide, mouth uncertain. Who was that woman? "Why don't I remember any of it?" Her voice cracked on the last word. "The work demands sacrifice," he said. "Focus, presence. Pieces of the self get mislaid." Mislaid. The word tasted like rust. She pictured a drawer stuffed with forgotten things. Keys, receipts, entire afternoons. Had she left herself in there somewhere? "Isn't it strange," she said, testing the dark, "to live a life you can't recall living?" "Stranger still," he answered, "to walk away from it." The screens looped, her hand signing a contract, her voice sealing a deal, each moment precise, polished, alien. She was a machine wearing her skin. A memory surfaced, not hers, or maybe it was. Countless faces in fluorescent corridors, all moving with the same numb purpose. Had they sat in this chair too? Had they stared at their own strangers on the screens? The man's voice cut through. "The exit is only the beginning." Beginning of what? The room blurred at the edges, colours bleeding. She stood at a cliff inside herself, years of motion stacked like bricks below. The footage wasn't proof of success, it was evidence of absence. "Will you choose to remember?" he asked, the question soft as a key turning in a lock. She opened her mouth, closed it. "I don't know who I'd be if I did." Silence pooled, then the chair scraped as she rose. The door waited ahead, plain and unmarked. Beyond it, sunlight, traffic, the smell of rain on concrete, inside the hum of lights, the loop of a life she'd never truly inhabited. She walked. Each step felt like peeling tape from skin, painful, necessary. The glass doors reflected her true face, tired, lined, undeniably hers. Not the polished avatar from the screens. This one had questions in the eyes. Outside, the city breathed. People streamed past, earbuds in, gazes fixed on phones or nothing at all. She recognized the glaze in their eyes, had worn it herself. Now it looked borrowed, ill-fitting. The sun dipped, painting the sky in cautious golds. Evelyn kept walking. Behind her, the building shrank, fluorescent windows glowing like eyes that had already forgotten her. Ahead, the sidewalk stretched wide and unmarked. She didn't look back. The hum faded, replaced by wind, voices, the soft thud of her own heart finding its rhythm. Somewhere inside, a small voice whispered, maybe the room would call again. Maybe it never left. But for now, the street was hers. The light was hers. And the woman walking into it, uncertain, unfinished, was finally, undeniably, Evelyn.